Wednesday. Going live a little early to get started. Better 5 minutes early than late. So, happy Wednesday. How are you? Excuse me. How are you doing with your goals? I hope everyone's having a good day so far. Alrighty, so I'm going to log into my own live stream and get started so I can see your comments. Hey Adam, happy you are here. So thank goodness today's a little bit calmer for work, which is good. I've been a little bit slightly busier this week, which is good. I like being busy. I like having stuff to do always. Oh, exciting. So I could probably join Amelia's live stream for today because I had a 1:30 meeting, but we kind of rolled that into an earlier meeting in the day. Love getting rid of meetings. So I am excited to be able to go to that live stream and potentially use that time for more work, which is awesome. Okay, so all right, we're at 11:59, which is great. What's up? So today I am working on the one goal I set for myself from yesterday. Interesting. So I logged into my second channel, which is Wallet Life, and it's interesting to see what videos are recommended. Hello, Roland Holland. Hi to you. It's cool to see what videos are recommended on that channel because it's different from my main channel. So I'm like, oh, I wouldn't have known of these people. The discovery is a little bit different, which is cool. Should log in there more often. All right, cool. So I'm hopping in there, hopping into my own live stream. It's funny, when I search for my own name, I only get a 57% search recommended on TubeBuddy. I'm like, it's my name, like, well-behaved wallet. So what's the plan? What's new? Not a ton. I saw the movie The Northman yesterday. It's okay. It was the same director that directed The Lighthouse with Willem Dafoe and someone else. It was heavy on the Norse mythology and that kind of thing. So if you're into like Norse, if you watch that show Vikings, it would be your speed. Nicole Kidman was stunning, and I'm constantly reminded why she is Nicole Kidman. Like she's amazing. She's a phenomenal actress. Anya Taylor-Joy was good. Alexander Skarsgård, the other one. So Stellan Skarsgård, I'm a big fan of the Dogma 95 school. And Stellan, when I say big fan, I should say that was a formative part of my youth. So I have fond memories of the Dogma 95 filmmaking school. And I don't necessarily agree with all the directors and everything they have to say. Hello, Andy DeVirgo. How's it going? Glad you're here. We're talking about what's new. I'm going on a movie rant because I saw The Northman yesterday. So Alexander Skarsgård is Stellan Skarsgård's son, and so both Nicole Kidman and Stellan Skarsgård were also in the movie Dogville, directed by Lars von Trier, who is he has some very interesting views. And so Bjork made a movie with him too. Bjork was in The Northman also, and she had a terrible experience. I'm like, making a movie with Lars von Trier is putting yourself in like a human meat grinder, like, especially if you're a woman, because he's known for very controversial and boundary pushing practices. So he's not the first director you want to make a movie with. She was a singer, becoming an actress. Anyway, so it was just very interesting. It was an interesting movie. I gave it a 6 out of 10. It wasn't as terrible as people said, but you really have to know the backstory because it's not just a movie you walk into to relax. It's kind of a stressful movie. But I just always think of Alexander Skarsgård. Stellan Skarsgård is like, when he was making Dogville, he wanted he tried to get a friend to do it. I don't think it was Nicole Kidman. I think it was someone else. He was like, oh yeah, come do it. And the friend had a terrible time. He was like, why did you want me to do this? Like, it's an awful experience. He's like, yeah, I just didn't want to do it alone. And still, kind of like, he had a quote that he just likes being naked. He likes being naked on film. So I'm like, all right. So Alexander, the son, has his picture on IMDb is him without pants. And I'm like, yep. Auntie just retracted your message. I saw that. It's all right. Anyway, so that's what's new with me. And I think for a hobby, what I would love to do is like movie criticism. I am a writer by training, critic by education. Literary criticism is something I was formally trained in. Marketer by trade, by necessity. I'm marketing out of necessity. And if I had the time, I would love to do a movie review, a movie criticism blog, or set up a website on movies, which I can very easily do probably. I think that'd be a lot of fun because I end up seeing a lot of movies now. That's kind of my favorite way to recreate at the moment. So that's something I love doing. So that's what's new. So jumping into goals, it is 12:04. So yesterday, in yesterday's live stream, I mentioned that my one goal for the day was to get at least one new product up on Etsy, to finish that process from start to finish. And knowing that I had this stream coming up, which is great for me to keep myself accountable, I dove in and started on that. And I am literally just using Google Sheets. So the three things I use are Google Sheets, Canva, and then I have the pro version of Adobe PDF, whatever that is, PDF editor. So I've used Google Sheets to kind of have an outline, then I'm going to download it as a PDF, put that PDF into Canva, make it, do some like updating, make it pleasing to the eye, and then pop it into Adobe PDF to make it a fillable PDF. So that way I can put the listing up on Etsy and it can be editable. People can edit it. So that's the plan and the process. And I would love to do a video on that, like a tutorial on that to put up on the second channel, Wallet Life, because tutorials do really well. And I mean, I know I've searched for tutorials and find them very helpful, and I find a well done, well documented tutorials very helpful. So I am excited to do that too, but it takes time, right? And you have to screen record, you have to make sure that the setup is right, that you're gonna have to map out. I have to be able to do it myself before I explain it. So all of that takes time, and right now I just want to get the product up and then I'll go back and kind of create that tutorial. That's my plan. So I was happy to get that done and started today. So pleased with that progress. So that's thing one, I guess, on the work front. That's on the personal business front. That's what's going on, home-based business front. So the next thing that I am actually actively working on doing is paying off that business debt, because I got my tax refund today. That's very exciting, which I discovered when I checked my account balance. So out of that, I need to pay the lawn man, Freedom Tracker, that's what it's called. Okay, so my balance is, my checking balance is $7,099.84. Yay! Which is very exciting. I also have some Amazon returns to do, so that will bring down the balance on my credit card, ideally. Lawn care, I think, is $600. Let me make sure. So I'm going to, the plan for today is to go home to New Jersey, 7:05, okay, to the New Jersey house and get my checkbook so I can pay the lawn man. I think that's all. And I have some other things. I'm figuring this all out on my Google Sheets. Budget document, my budget and expense tracker. Ugh. Significant. Oh, it's just so gross. Okay, one thing at a time. All right, so I have that to get done. That will be a weight off. So with the savings that I transferred, I can just about afford to pay off New Balance. Is that, and then I have paycheck coming in, let's call it. That's why. So I got a raise at work, which is exciting, and that was retroactive to January 1st. So my last paycheck was a little bit bigger than I was expecting, and I didn't really look at it at the time, but now I'm reading through the documents surrounding that raise. It was like 2%. It was a 2% raise, which I'm very, very thankful for. This industry is underpaid. And I realize that. Again, there are more, and I could be making more somewhere else. There's more to a job than just how much you're being paid, although money is nice. Again, let me refer to my list, because I've had some comments saying, oh, it's time for a new job. And I'm like, sure. These are the things that are also involved in my job, in addition to that kind of offset pay. So pay is not, obviously the pay is significant. Things that I'm thankful for in my current job are working with amazing people. And this I cannot overstress, because the job, same company, but the role I was in before, it was a very challenging and dysfunctional relationship. And every day I felt sick going into work. And this is for a good 6 months. And I thought either I'd be fired or, going into work every day feeling terrible. And that's just not worth any amount of money. So I will not ever take for granted working with good people, amazing people on all sides. So number one, good people, low stress, simple responsibilities, known tasks, known client, remote, I can work from home, and I have health insurance. So I just keep reminding myself of these 7 amazing things in my current job that kind of offset the salary. Because just naming those things, I'm like, you'd have to pay me more than double to sacrifice any one of those things, because the benefits that those 7 things bring is just, again, worth double, if not more than double. So I just try to find reasons to be grateful every day. I found this sweatshirt. It says Muse. Does anyone, it's the band Muse. I had no idea this was hiding in the closet, so I'm very happy to have that. And that is, okay, back to my calculations of 5/1/22. Because I see this huge amount in my account, and it's easy to go a little bit crazy, even knowing that I need to pay off this remaining, this business debt. So, because part of this is from the tax refund, I'm like, all right, well, I can use that to pay off the business debt. What's frustrating though is it's like, all right, now I'm just back to zero, and I don't want to be in the same situation where I'm in, hello, couponing with Grace. I see your comment. Or I'm in the hole again this time next year. So I am going to plan to be better about, I don't even know, tracking expenses. I was fine this year. I think the one thing I would do is be more organized in tracking my expenses, which I am learning from my partner. Okay, so Grace, let me see your comment. You totally agree with me. Company benefits can totally outweigh the money you receive. I can't even stress that enough. Again, I would need to be paid double to sacrifice any of the 7 things on that list. And then it would even be questionable. So every day I am thankful for what I have in this job. So that said, and to be fair, this is the time, because it's a little bit, my responsibilities are a little bit lower. We're going through a down cycle in terms of not down cycle. It's just a little bit slow. And that will not always be the case. I am positive. So working to kind of capitalize on this down cycle. I'm seeing other areas of the company where they're, maybe 6 months, 9 months ago, they had a down cycle and now they're overwhelmed with work. So I can almost see that coming and I want to prepare for it. So in the meantime, I'm working to strengthen my network, my personal business network. Also work on my personal business and see if there's anything I can do that would increase the value of my skills in the marketplace. That's really my aim right now. So something else that was exciting that happened today was I finally reached out to a friend from my before days. I feel like I divide my life up into the 10, 11 years I spent, I don't say with the church, but yeah, with the church. That was the center of my life. And so the pre-pandemic really is when that was sort of a natural and welcome relief in that situation. Well, there were other things that kind of happened with that. Good Lord. So anything before 2018, from 2010 to 2018 is sort of my before life, really before meeting my husband, is what I say. So I'll just call it that because he was kind of the big change in my life, as I know I am in his. So I've connected with a friend that I knew through this church from before, and we have a date to hang out on Monday the 9th. So I'm very excited for that. Which also I will not be able to live stream on, so I feel like I should maybe update that. Let me see if I can move this to here. Save. And let me put a note. So I'm excited to hang out with her. Let me back up. She and I became friends kind of through church. We knew mutual people, and she's just a very go-getter, independent, educated, very intelligent woman, and we kind of bonded over career and life and relationship stuff, faith as well. And so I was friends with her when she was kind of trying to get pregnant with her first daughter. Now she has 3 kids, and I've only met her oldest, so I'm excited to kind of get to see her. And I was just thinking about her today, and I was like, you know what, I wonder what's up with her. So I'm excited to see her. And it's interesting because I feel like I have a ton, I'm so fortunate to have friends in this area that I really relate to and love to hang out with. Due to schedule. Yes, perfect. Okay, I'll be out of office until 3. Let's call it 4. Okay. So, very excited for that. I feel like I have tons of friends. And I don't mean tons of friends, but I just feel like I feel so fortunate to have people that are in similar situations to myself, and I'm now actively seeking out more people who are in those situations, and I feel really, really excited to connect with people. So that's fun. I feel like I, again, feel so fortunate to be in that situation because I'm an introvert naturally. I'm someone who recharges by being alone, so it's sometimes challenging for me to reach out and connect with other people, but once I do, I really appreciate that connection. And I don't say I don't make friends. I do. I'll say I make friends easily. Connections are so important, just for health, for across the board. Likewise, Andy, I hear ya. So which likewise on making friends, having few friends. I try to roll few but deep. But at this stage in my life, again, it's really about being strategic in the relationships that I'm nurturing and really looking to nurture relationships with people who are either in a similar situation or have the outlook that I want to develop. Like I ain't got time for people with toxic, I don't really have anyone in my life who doesn't share a positive, motivated, responsible, accountable outlook in life. I just don't have people like that in my life. Yes, few but close friends and me thrive alone, same. So excited to see her in person. So that's coming up, and I really feel like, especially now in this new sort of phase in my life, I feel like I see my friends, I see and connect with my friends more than, oh no, Andy, you're surrounded by toxic people, you work with them, I'm so sorry. Been there, and it sucks because you spend so much of your time at work. It's like, it can be so frustrating just to be surrounded by that. So, and even now I feel like I see my friends consistently, whereas, and my husband has amazing friends too. They're friends from college. So 20 years, people he's been friends with for 20 years. And they sent out a note about a get together on the 22nd, which is exciting. Like he can just pick up with them. He sees them a couple times a year. So sweet. He introduced me to them. He's introduced me a couple times, or to different groups. And at Thanksgiving, we went to like a Friendsgiving. And he made like a sweet little announcement. He's like, oh, I asked Christiana to marry me. And I was like, oh, it was really sweet. It was really, really sweet. Because there were like a lot of people, and he just kind of did that. And they were all really happy for him. So that felt really good. Jesus, used to think of credit cards and lines of credit as bills. Today, Velocity Banking changed my view, and I now look at them as checking accounts that earn me tax-free income. It gives me peace of mind. I hear ya. It's interesting because I can't find, right, you don't want to go into consumer debt with credit cards, and you want to leverage them to pay off amortized loans faster. So here's the thing with Velocity Banking, using a life insurance, a whole life insurance, as kind of a line of credit. I haven't done a ton of research into it, but the research that I can find, it's like if I add, like the research that I can find is just, it seems like it's parallel to a few different like scammy kind of, okay, life insurance is infinite banking. What's Velocity Bank? Remind me about Velocity Banking. And I can say if that works for you, that's awesome. That's great for you. Hello, Ryan Ramsey. Hello. Happy you are here. Roland Holland, yes, controlling your environment through financial independence is one huge deciding factor as to why we decided to pursue it. Yes, working with not so nice people isn't fun. Oh my goodness, having FU money. That is a goal, to have FU money. You know what? I realized I'm not wearing my earbuds. So if you guys are having trouble hearing me, I'm charging them. So I apologize if the sound isn't great. How is the sound, guys, compared to other live streams? Hopefully this is okay. I'll just keep talking. So yes, controlling your environment is key, and being able to leave a bad situation is key. I feel like that's my why. Sound is good. Excellent. Okay. Hey, Stephen, how are you? Happy Wednesday. Glad you're here. Glad sound is good. I'm also speaking up, and I hope there's no one on either side. On this side, sound is good. Excellent. Good. Thank you, Co-Founding with Grace. So being able to control your environment is key, and I feel like having that money cushion is essential. It's just so important, because it's freedom. It's the freedom to say, you know what, I don't want to be in this situation. It's not healthy for me. I want to leave. So in my situation, it was actually interesting, and I learned so much from it in hindsight, working in this dysfunctional situation. And both of the people that were like not so functional are both with the company because they're both making the company money. And I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, cool. And one person actually left because he was like, I will not work in this situation. And he was in like a adult person with kids and a family and a mortgage, I'm sure. He was like, I will not be treated this way. So huge props, huge respect to him. What I learned was, I don't, okay. Okay, thanks, Jesus, for the note on velocity banking. That's, if that works for you, that's awesome. And really props to you. I think I've known people who are doing similar. It's just, I can't, I'm not that sophisticated. I just need to pay down my debt. So when it comes to working in a bad situation, so I had been there for more than a year when it was a change in manager, and I shifted to a new department, and a new person took over, and this new person, I just didn't mesh well personally with them. The personalities were not there. So we just didn't mix well. And it was like the more that I would try, the worse it would get. It was like gasoline on a fire. It was just terrible. So I actually, I went into therapy, and there was some personal stuff going on in my personal life that wasn't great. It was a perfect storm. So, and I'm sure that contributed. So what I did was I made the decision, again, I was seeing a therapist at this time, and I made the decision to just write it out and say, you know what, this sucks. I'm just going to do my best. And I figured if they were going to fire me, they were going to fire me, and then they would do that, and I get a severance. But I wasn't going to quit, because then I would have nothing. So I just kind of went in. I just hung on. I just went in and did my job. And that was probably one of the best decisions I made, even though it was awful and unhealthy. But thank goodness, I'm gonna say savior, but it was like a lifeline was lowered, and someone else that I worked with in the company came and kind of saved me from that. He's like, do you want to come back and join my team? And it was a lifeline in a terrible, terrible stormy sea. So that's how that situation ended up happening. And I think because of that situation, that was in 2019, late 2018, early 2019. And I think because of that, I learned a lot about myself and my own capabilities and what I'm capable of. And I have a greater respect for myself because of that. And I also know myself better, because I know that I was responsible for my part in the situation. Oh, Andy, yes, wishing you the best. You have to work now. I hear you. I totally hear you. The only reason I do this now is because I'm on my lunch break. So I hear you. Have a great day, Andy. Glad you were able to join. So yes, if you're in a tough situation, oh, thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. You'll watch the rest later. If you're in a tough situation, just hang on. If you can, just hang on. Okay. Expenses. Let's call that. Okay. New balance. So 5-1. So I'm back to calculating my my debt payoff. Oh, it just makes me sick. Makes me feel sick to my tummy. So even after that, I have about even after the payouts, I have about 4,000 left of my business debt, which is not great, guys, not great. So something I will pay off gradually. So 4,000. Oh. If I divide that evenly, it's a lot. And here's the thing is I'm going to have significant expenses very soon. Okay. So, it's like you do what you can do. So I can probably spare about 500. So I need cash fast. Yeah. Hello, Johan Alexander Molin. Ryan Ramsey, you just learned that SoFi has a 1.25 APY account, so your goal today is to swap over to that. Awesome. Very good goal for you. That's half the thing with finances, is just doing it. Just get it done. So yes, I am looking for, I need cash fast, which is why I'm working. So going back to that one additional product for Etsy. That's my goal for today, rolling over to today, is to get that up. So I'm going back to Jersey tonight, and I'll be there. I have a doctor's appointment again on Thursday. In the morning, I have a meeting at 10, so that's gonna be fun. And I think, and then I'll be there on Thursday, probably for the rest of the day. I don't know when I'm heading back to the city, but who knows. Eventually, because we have weekend plans. Do we have weekend plans? Yes, we do. Church on Sunday. Redeemer East Side. Go to Redeemer Pres. East Side to see Roz. So exciting. Okay, so that's what I got coming up. That's my plan. So I would say 70% of that, so going back to the debt, 70% is business and 30% is just letting it rack up. And that's because I had gone back to using my credit card on the monthly, thinking, oh, it's the points and I can just pay it off. Bull. Bull. People can do that. And I think what I would like to do for May, and I've been thinking about this for a while, is a detox and just not using it, using my debit card only to train myself and get back into the habit of only spending what I have. So that's the plan for May. Detox your body and mind. Well, detox my finances, Johan. To be honest, the best way to do that is to pay off the balance. Yeah, thanks, Ryan. Yes, pay off the balance immediately, not spend more than you have. Yep, that is true. Alrighty, guys, I am going to bring this to a close. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Take care. But yeah, guzzle more, exactly. Yep, thanks, Johan Alexander. Bye.